I just know they're really nice to military people down there. Well, it is.
Yeah.
No tax on our retirement.
I told you that, remember? You can automatically get a 10% pay raise.
Good pay raise. Good.
That's why my sister,
Gotta keep us up.
she's on military retirement. You maximize every,
We figured out my fee.
Yeah. Not an expensive place to live, to be honest with you.
Plus your grandkids.
What we're looking at. And the grandkids are
That's the big plus.
not real close.
right?
Not a, they can come babysit tonight.
Ready to go live? Okay. All right, and I have 5 o'clock, so I'll call to order the City of Ocean Springs Zoning and Adjustment Board, Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. First item on the agenda is the approval of minutes from the June 11th meeting. Has any or everybody had a moment to look those over and would like to make a motion?
I have two. One involves you.
Yeah, I see
Nick
that.
Nat.
Yeah.
It is under old business
Yeah.
4, I believe is where it was. Nick Gant.
So it's 3, just under
3A.
3A about the motion. Yeah,
Nick
just name misspelled.
Gant is a typo, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, typo.
Mhm.
my second thing is I made the motion for the variance denial, and then I came back and amended it to show that no hardship was proven.
Okay,
So if we could insert that, please?
sure.
No hardship?
Yes, ma'am. We'll make those notes. You
All right,
want me to
good.
bring it back to the next meeting? You want me to push it on to edits? You want me to just make the edits, send it out so you can see it?
We
Well,
never-
make a motion to approve
Yeah,
the
let's-
minutes as amended.
Would you like me to make that motion now?
Yeah.
Does anyone else have a change or an edit?
No, you the reigning expert.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the July minutes as amended.
June.
I'm so sorry,
Yeah,
June
yeah.
11th minutes as amended.
All right, motion to approve the minutes as amended. Do we have a second?
Yeah, second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. So the minutes are approved. Next item on the agenda is old business. And we have 1110 Porter Avenue, PID 60137326.000, requesting a variance from the rear, and it
We need
says,
to amend the agenda.
okay,
I'm sorry. Eric Creel is not old business. Eric Creel is new business.
right, yeah.
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. I just read it as it was right in front of me.
More like that.
So, okay, so do we need to go back?
Let's go back.
Yeah.
You gotta go back.
Yes,
Yeah.
so let's start from the beginning, may we, to get this procedurally right?
Yes.
Call to order, Nick. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Where's Eric?
Can we call this back to order?
You can just make a
Or
motion.
make it a
Can you
motion
just
now.
make another motion,
Yeah.
Patty?
To amend y'all would need to make motion to amend the
Yeah.
agenda.
Agenda.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't have to go back.
We don't have to do that
Okay.
before the
Just do a
minutes?
motion to
Okay.
Mhm.
Can we, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as amended with new business 4A.
Okay, all right, motion to amend the agenda for 1110 Porter Avenue to be moved from 3A under old business to 4A under new business. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So motion passes. So old business, we now have none. We'll move on to new business. 1110 Porter Avenue, parcel ID number 60137326.000, requesting a variance from the rear, it says rear and from, is it just the rear?
Just the
Okay, yeah. Rear setback from 25 feet to 18.75 feet. And staff, if you guys would introduce the
Yes, sir.
request.
I looked at the property, and the property is zoned R2. The property does meet the minimum lot size. It's 11,250 square feet. The minimum lot size for R2 is 6,429 square feet. So he does meet that. The lot width is 80 feet. The property does not meet the minimum lot width of 80 feet with a width of 65 feet. So that's really all that I evaluated. In some aspects it meets the criteria for R2, and then that one aspect it does not. And that's really all I have.
All right. So I'll
I do know that the applicant is here, and the applicant did mention something in his, I'm gonna let him speak further to it, because I don't know the exact, I know that the city purchased this, a portion of the property, to put in some drainage ditch culverts, or something of that nature that, did contribute to the width of the lot, I believe, but I'll let the applicant speak to that further.
I have just one, we had some paperwork in our packet. I'm just trying to follow the owner of record on this property.
Okay.
There were 3 names involved. So there's only one document that was attested, and that was showing an owner of,
Lori
Lori
Goyton.
Good.
right. So do we have that as the owner of record? And is that the applicant? I was kind
No,
of,
the applicant is Eric Creel. I show the applicant, the owner.
there was
I
a
think
trust
that
on the last
Lori-
page, Carter Trust, and then there was a Lori Kite.
She just got it on 28th of June.
I just wasn't clear who the,
I don't, I'm gonna have you ask the applicant.
sure.
Yeah. I show it as Lori, but I don't see the trust, so I don't know where that is.
It's just on the very last page of our packet, it's,
I see the affidavit of ownership. Is this what you're talking about?
no, the very last page has got Ocean Springs letterhead, permit number 6146 it starts with.
Okay, so this is the payment, the receipt for the permit fee. On there, it's got
Owner
that
of
owner.
Right.
trust name.
Revocable.
Oh, you mean the Creel Development?
No,
So
up further where it's got owner,
Carter Linder, P.
Oh, revocable trust.
Yes.
I don't know. You'll have to ask the applicant.
okay.
Sorry.
just wanted to make sure we're,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
okay.
I'm tracking.
All right. Any questions for staff right now? No. I guess, and let me tell you what. Let me look on do a little research real quick while I think about this. But okay, if no questions for staff, the applicant, if you would like to come up, state your name and address for the record, please, in the microphone, and then add anything that you think may be helpful for us to
I'm
hear.
Eric Creel. I'm here on behalf of Lori Guyton Marcellus. The trust was the original owners. It was in an estate, which took 6 months to get through that, but Lori's finally purchased it and it's hers.
So just making sure we're clear, the notarized document is the one we're gonna,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
thank you.
The reason for the variance, the main reason, so we have a parking lot on the back side, we have a parking lot on this side. If we designed the house plan in hopes that we would, they have the floor plan itself is only 2,000, on the slab, and then it's 700 on the second story. But they didn't want to put some huge house right there either, but at the same time, it's a non-conforming lot that's really hard to build a decent house that they want to build. So anyway, the city came forward and asked, they've been wanting to do some drainage work on the property for years and years because it's so bad right there. So the previous owner, which I was going to develop the property at that time, we granted permission for them to come in and put two 24-inch culverts right down the the west setback of the lot, running from the front to the back. So that's the main reason we're asking for the 6-foot variance, just off the back, just to where we fit the house that was designed on the property. And again, the back side is a parking lot, so it's not like we would be creeping towards another home or making any, weird situation there. And then, get us moving.
Any other questions for that? Okay. All right. We'll have to see if anything else comes up. We'll bring you back up.
As far as the hardship goes, if we didn't let the city put that drainage ditch in, we could have widened the house, another 10 feet to get the square footage.
Thank you. All right. Is there anybody else here to speak for this request? Anybody here to speak against this request? All right. And I see in here no public feedback was received. So that, and I just want to, and maybe I heard it wrong earlier when you were talking, Carter. So R2.
Yeah, he doesn't meet the width. The lot size is met,
So
the width is not met.
So R2 is 11,250.
R2's 5,000 and something, but the lot is 11,000.
Well, looking at this, I mean, this lot looks to be about 64 by 100.
Lot size, I'm sorry.
So
I said it wrong.
6,400, so I think that's-
11,250 is R2, 6,429 is his.
Correct, so it does not meet the minimum lot. Okay, yeah. And you may have said that earlier, but I heard it the other way. Okay,
It's
okay.
been a long.
Yeah. So it does not meet the minimum
And
lot
he's at
size.
65.
It does not
Or
meet the
width
minimum.
either.
Correct.
There's two.
Correct.
Can I ask some engineering questions?
Sure.
A little bit of discussion amongst ourselves. By this drainage easement or drainage culverts going in, you could not build on top of this. So there would be a required distance in which a structure would need to stay back from this.
Correct. Generally, and I don't know if this was the case here, if, there's public improvements, across the piece of property, there's an easement, and the language is such that you shall not build on top of that easement, in case it ever needs to be maintained.
Sure.
Now, there are instances all over the coast where things are built on top of the easements,
Yeah.
especially fences. And those end up getting ripped up a lot in order to maintain. So and I guess taking a chance on putting a fence over it is different than a chance taking putting a house on it. So.
But in I can't use my words right. Evaluating hardship criteria, we've discussed the minimum width and lot size not being met.
Mm-hmm.
Topographically, we've got between two parking lots, low elevation. The blue area on the map, is that wetlands? On
No,
page,
I would say no.
I'm not sure, we don't have a page number, but it's second to last page, I believe. Is that a wetland? Is that a?
Yeah, the applicant, if you come back up and just speak to the microphone so we make sure we hear it all on the
Now it's in
recording.
the AE flood zone.
Yeah, and
My
that-
surveyor recorded it's at a 21 elevation,
Mhm.
so it's not in a flood zone, it shouldn't be. So once we do our chain wall and bring it up, we're gonna do a roll into.
Yeah, so that's probably the flood zone
Okay, denoting flood.
indication and
All right.
not the wetlands.
What's to the,
I
so the
can't-
flood zone is to the east.
Well,
I'm looking
technically,
at that map,
it's this entire blue.
correct?
Yeah,
Currently it
yeah.
shows
Of which-
in a flood zone,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be. It's, we're gonna have to go through the process of changing it. It's at 21 feet elevation.
Yeah, so, Loma is a letter of map revision or amendment,
And I have that.
that you go through FEMA, yeah. Alright. Now, did the city get an easement over that, do we know?
I mean,
They should.
It should have showed up on,
It was,
I don't know, it should have
Yeah,
showed up on
yeah.
the survey.
Yeah, I would just make that comment, if the city does not have an easement, they may want to, approach
Eric,
the
did it
owner
show
about
up-
getting one.
Eric, did it show up in your survey?
The survey was done before that. Well, we did have them come mark it.
Yeah,
I'll have to
I would
go
just,
back.
Okay.
probably
Make a note
work
of
that
it.
out with the owner,
Okay.
they'd probably be in
I'm very
everybody's.
aware of not building on it.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just stay 5 feet from that culvert, the first one.
Mhm.
Is that what you have to maintain?
That's what I mean, I talked to Steven at Public Works.
That's what I was gonna ask, did they have a feedback after
That's
the
what he
work
told
was
me.
done?
Yeah.
Okay,
We just stay off
well,
of
then there
it.
we
Yeah,
go.
generally, the easement width is kind of based upon the size
Yeah.
of the improvement and then also how deep it is in order to safely excavate back to be able to
Right.
replace and
Thank you.
maintain that. So 15 feet usually being the minimum,
Okay.
usually.
So 21 feet is one of the higher peaks in the city, isn't it?
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
if you
we're
look
at
out the
18
window,
now.
it's not.
Yeah.
I know, it's, yeah, well, I'm just curious.
All right, any other comments, questions, or would someone like to make a motion?
I can make a motion if we're ready for a motion.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're ready?
Okay. Get my notes. Okay. I'd like to make a motion for approval for the reduction of the rear setback from 25 feet to 18.75 feet, or essentially 25%, at the property located at 1110 Porter Avenue, due to hardship criteria being met for the variance.
All right, so we have a motion to recommend approval for the reduction of the rear setback from 25 feet to 18.75. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. None opposed. Motion passes. So this will be on consent agenda, Board of Aldermen, next Tuesday. All right, so no other new business. We'll go to audience request. Any audience? All right, so no audience request. I have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
All right, motion to adjourn, second.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your interest.
That was simple, dimple.
That was what?
Simple, dimple.
Simple dimple.